Have you ever spent a long time working really hard to lose lots of body fat, only to gain it all back on again in about half the time it took you to lose it in the first place? Well, you're not alone. In fact, over 80% of people regain the weight they lose within a year. And it's not because you're lazy, it's because most plans focus on cutting too many calories way too quickly, and they completely ignore another critical factor in fat loss diets: macros. Hey, it's Ross from The Fit Boss, and in today's video I'm going to break down the real difference between calories and macros and show you how you can finally get in the best shape of your life and keep that stubborn fat off long term. Okay, let's jump into it. In fact, let's start with the basics, because if you don't understand this first part, the rest of it will definitely not make sense. What are calories really? Calories are just a unit of energy, and your body needs a certain amount each day to function. Too little and it starts shutting things down. Too much and it starts storing them as excess body fat. Now, if you want a more detailed explanation on this, I'll put a link in the description of a video that I did on this topic. The key takeaway here is that fat loss still comes as a result of calorie deficit. But that's only part of the picture. Now, if it helps, you can think about it this way. Calories tell you how much energy you're consuming, but not all calorie sources are created equal. And that's where macros come in. So, next question. What are macros? Macro is short for macronutrient, which refers to protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and is not to be confused with micronutrients, which refers to vitamins and minerals. Now, each macro plays a unique role when it comes to the function of your body. At a basic level, protein helps to repair and maintain muscle and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. Carbohydrates give you energy, especially for intensive workouts. And fat keeps your hormones and brain running properly. So if the calories are how much you eat, the macros are what you eat. And that what has a massive impact on how you feel, perform, and burn fat. And here's where most people get tripped up. They focus on the calories and they ignore pretty much everything else. Now let me explain a different way. Imagine for a moment that you've got an important event coming up. It could be a wedding or a beach holiday, or maybe a personal trainer has convinced you to sign up to one of their photo shoot programs. Now, one of the quickest ways to lose weight is to slash calories, and you can slash them right down and give your willpower a workout as well as your body. But then the event ends, and that's where people end up crashing and burning. And they'll swing right back the other way, binge eating, feeling guilty and crap, and just giving up on everything again. You might recognize this as the classic yo-yo dieting cycle. Not only does it damage your relationship with food, but it messes with your metabolism and makes fat loss harder the next time. And it usually leaves you worse off than before you started. So how do you lose fat and keep it off without starving yourself? You've got to use both calories and macros in a smarter way. Now, how do we do this exactly? Well, think of calories like the amount of money that you have in your pocket when you walk into a supermarket. And the macros are what you can spend that money on. Let's break this down even further. What you want to do is set your calories to a gentle deficit. Usually that's going to be about 500 calories less than what you need to maintain your current body weight. Now, Ross, how do we figure out how many calories we need to maintain our current body weight? Well, you can drop me a note in the comments, or you can DM us on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, links in the description, and I'll actually calculate this for you.
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever?
Now, once you figure out what your calorie budget is, you can figure out how much of that you're going to spend on protein, healthy fats, and carbs. Typically, I would try to prioritize protein at every meal. You want to make sure you're getting enough healthy fats in your diet and really let carbs flex based on your overall activity levels for that day. Now, the great thing about this approach is when you get the balance right, you're not just losing weight, you're losing fat while keeping muscle and actually feel good doing it without having to have the diet of a farm animal. Hopefully at this stage you're thinking, this makes way more sense than what I've been doing before. And that's great. That's exactly why we made this video. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, why can't somebody just tell me what to eat and how to train? Well, that's literally what we're here for. This is the kind of stuff that is basically the daily education our online clients get alongside their custom plans. Now, if calories and macros still make absolutely no sense to you, drop us a line in the comments. We'd be happy to explain it further. If this video was useful, it'd be great if you could give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more real-world fat loss tips from the Fit Boss. So if you're ready to make this whole fat loss thing easier, check out our online packages, link in the description, or book a free consultation. We'd love to help you become your own Fit Boss.